Welcome to the Isuzu Diesel Truck Driver Orientation. Whether you're driving an N-Series or an FTR, you'll find these workhorses are built to be productive, versatile, and durable. Their proven Isuzu diesel engines deliver power, exceptional fuel economy, and a lower cost of ownership. Understanding your important role in operating your Isuzu truck will help maximize its productivity and reduce truck downtime or costly repairs. Here's what you'll find in this video. An overview of the diesel emission systems, a look at the instrument panel with its gauges and indicators, and the multi-information display. This will help you on your daily drives to monitor the truck's operation and help you keep the truck systems running at peak performance. You'll see how the diesel particulate filter, or DPF, operates and goes through its regeneration process. The DPF is a vital component of the emission systems, so you'll need to know how the regeneration process works and your role in keeping the systems working efficiently. You'll see what the selective catalytic reduction system does and how to monitor its diesel exhaust fluid, along with when and how to fill its tank. And finally, you'll see the things you need to check on a daily basis to keep your Isuzu truck DOT compliant and operating at its peak performance. Keep this video handy so you can access it whenever you need a refresher. You'll also find this video online at IsuzuCV.com, where you can quickly jump to any section you need. Good driving, and enjoy your Isuzu truck. An Isuzu diesel engine provides power, fuel efficiency, and great low-end torque. Its emission system helps it meet the requirements of the California Air Resources Board, the Environmental Protection Agency, and other federal statutes for clean and efficient operation. Today's modern emission systems on commercial trucks have dramatically reduced the amount of particulates and nitrogen oxides in diesel emissions over the systems used just 20 years ago. Isuzu is proud to be a part of that success. Our engines also deliver enhanced fuel economy and are proven to be dependable and durable. Isuzu engines have class-leading B10 ratings of 310,000 miles. That means 90% of Isuzu engines will still be operating normally at that mileage. The reliable and clean operation of these engines is made possible by exhaust after-treatment systems located on the chassis, consisting of two key components: the diesel particulate filter and the selective catalytic reduction system with its diesel exhaust fluid. When exhaust leaves the engine, it enters the diesel particulate filter, or DPF. Inside the filter housing is a high-tech ceramic material that traps the fine particles of soot or black smoke often associated with diesel engines. During normal driving, this soot accumulates, so it must be burned off in a process called regeneration to prevent the ceramic material from clogging up. The regeneration process must be performed periodically to clean the filter. Depending on the conditions, the system may perform the regeneration automatically, or it may require you to perform a selective regeneration. As a reminder, the system must be serviced by an authorized Isuzu dealer every 3,000 hours or 100,000 miles, whichever comes first. During the regeneration process, an amber indicator in the instrument panel will illuminate to notify you the process is taking place. When regeneration occurs, exhaust gas temperatures are increased to effectively burn off accumulated soot. For more on this process, see the regeneration section of this video. After the exhaust has passed through the DPF, it enters the selective catalytic reduction system, or SCR, where it is cleaned again. The SCR injects into the hot exhaust stream a precise amount of a solution called diesel exhaust fluid, or DEF. The chemical reaction in the SCR converts the exhaust into nitrogen and water, two substances that are safer for the environment. The instrument panel of your Isuzu truck will keep you informed of its operating conditions. And as a driver, it's important for you to understand the warning indicators and messages in the Multi-Information Display, or MID. Behind the driver's sun visor is a handy reference guide to help you remember the emission system's indicators and messages. You can also reference your truck's owner's manual for more in-depth information. The instrument panels in the N-Series and the FTR are similar. Each has an easily seen fuel gauge, tachometer, speedometer, and engine temperature gauge. The indicator lights are across the top of the gauges and in the tachometer. You're likely familiar with the shift indicator and the overdrive off indicator. The overdrive off switch is on the shifter. The seatbelt indicator, the turn signals, the daytime running light indicator, and the headlight high beam indicator are also common. And here are the cruise control indicators. This one indicates that cruise control is active, and this one lets you know that its speed has been set. The MID gives you access to a wide range of important driver information. To toggle among the screens of the MID, use the control knob on the right of the speedometer. Press it in to select an item and change the setting or display. Selecting this screen allows you to set the language. You can choose between French, Spanish, or English. To set the calendar, select this screen and press and hold in the knob until the screen begins flashing. Then set the month by turning the knob and pressing it once to set it, and move to the day setting. Turn and press it to set the day, and move to the year setting. Then press and hold the knob for the final setting. It will display the numerical month, day, year, and the abbreviated day of the week. To set the time, turn the control knob to select the clock screen. Press and hold in until the clock begins flashing. Turn the knob left or right to select the hour. It is linked to the AM and PM setting. Press the knob once to set the hour and move to the minute setting. Turn the knob to select the minute and press and hold the knob in to save the setting. When the headlights are on, the instrument panel's lights will illuminate. By selecting this screen, you can brighten or dim the MID. One of the most important features of the MID is its ability to display your maintenance intervals. Be sure it has been set by your authorized Isuzu dealer and is on. Then, as you drive, the system will track the mileage to that service item and notify you when you're within 1,000 miles of needing the service by turning from green to amber. In the MID, you have access to an engine hour meter to monitor how long the engine's been operating. You can also view your average fuel economy, the fuel economy by trip, or the current fuel economy. You can also toggle between trip A and B information by quickly pressing this knob to the left of the odometer. To reset the trip A or B's information, be sure you have the correct trip selected. Then press and hold the knob for about 2 seconds and the mileage will reset to 0. Resetting trip B will also reset the trip fuel economy. Keeping track of the diesel exhaust fluid level is critical. This gauge in the MID helps you determine when it's time to refill. Another important component to keep track of is the diesel particulate filter. This gauge shows the particulate matter's accumulation level. L is for low and H is for high. When regeneration is in progress, this message appears. When regeneration is required, the MID will display an amber or red message notifying you to initiate regeneration, either automatically or selectively. The exhaust system warning message means you have an error in the selective catalytic reduction system. This could be a malfunction, or the system has sensed low level of DEF or incorrect DEF quality. You'll need to have the system inspected and serviced at your authorized Isuzu dealer right away. When the exhaust system message appears, the SCR system will turn on other indicator lights and limit speed in progressive stages to encourage you to service the truck. For more information on this, see the DEF section of this video. If the water separator indicator is on, it means you need to drain water from the chassis fuel filter. The water separator helps you drain any water that may have gotten into the fuel line. For more information, see the daily driving section of this video. There are a number of other warning messages that appear in the MID. A low fuel warning, a low coolant warning, an engine overheating warning, or a low DEF warning, which flashes with the exhaust system warning. These are usually accompanied by an audible alarm to get your attention. The warning indicators outside the MID in the instrument panel notify the driver of system errors. When one appears, an audible alarm will sound, and in some cases a message will appear in the MID. The most common and recognized indicator is the check engine indicator light. It notifies the driver that the vehicle should be inspected by an authorized Isuzu dealer. The reduced power light looks similar to the engine light, but has an arrow in the center that signals engine power has been reduced. It usually illuminates when the emission system is cutting engine power and is in need of attention. In cold weather, the glow plug indicator will illuminate when the ignition is turned on. It goes out when the glow plug has preheated the engine. To check your oil level from the cabin, be sure the engine is off. Press this button on the dash, and if this oil level indicator illuminates green, your oil level's okay. If the oil pressure light illuminates, it means your oil is too low. Check the oil level on the dipstick. If the light comes on while the engine is running, you will also hear an audible warning tone. Stop the vehicle immediately and call for service. Here are the transmission warning lights. If the transmission fluid light comes on while driving, it means the transmission fluid's temperature is too high. You should slow down and pull over to the side of the road. Let the engine idle and the fluid will cool down. If the light goes off, you can begin driving again. If the transmission warning light begins blinking while driving, it means you should get the transmission inspected by an authorized Isuzu dealer. The FTR has a range-inhibited light that works in conjunction with the transmission warning light to notify you of transmission errors. The brake system indicator lights will come on at startup and then go off. The main brake system light signals when there is a malfunction in the braking system. Potential issues could be low brake fluid, a malfunction in the charging system, or the anti-lock brake system. If the light does not go off after cycling the engine, have your brake system checked and repaired promptly. The anti-lock brake system indicator will illuminate with the brake system light whenever there is a concern with the ABS system. The ABS may stop working, but the brakes will stay functional. The brake booster light will come on and a buzzer sound simultaneously whenever the brake booster's vacuum or pressure becomes insufficient during driving. If this occurs, do not pump the brakes. You may have to push them harder and be prepared for a longer stopping distance. If this should occur, have the vehicle serviced immediately before you continue driving. The battery discharge warning indicator will come on when the ignition is turned on and go off after the engine is started. If it comes on while the engine is running, there could be an issue with the charging system, such as a loose or broken alternator belt. The exhaust brake indicator is not associated with the service braking system. This light indicates that the exhaust brake is engaged, constricting the exhaust to help slow the vehicle. Sometimes the system will make a puffing sound when the exhaust brake is engaged. Don't worry, this is part of the normal functioning of the exhaust brake. The exhaust brake is turned on by pulling the lever toward you while driving. It will engage automatically when your foot is removed from the accelerator and the truck is traveling above 3 miles per hour. It will disengage when the accelerator or brake pedal is pressed. Releasing the pedal re-engages the exhaust brake. To disengage it, push the lever forward during idling. Here's a tip. Utilizing the exhaust brake will prolong your brake pad wear. The FTR includes a full air brake system. For safety, the truck may start but not move if there is insufficient pressure in the braking system. Allow the truck to idle a few minutes to build up pressure in the system. Then it should move properly. The Service Vehicle Soon indicator illuminates to let you know that the vehicle control system needs service. As soon as possible, you should consult your Isuzu dealer for inspection or repair. For more information on the multi-information display and the warning indicators, see your truck's owner's manual. The diesel particulate filter, or DPF, is a vital component of the emissions system. It consists of an oxidation catalyst that cleans the carbon monoxide and hydrocarbons from the exhaust gas. Then a high-tech ceramic filter collects the particulate matter. The DPF requires servicing at your authorized Isuzu dealer every 3,000 hours or 100,000 miles, whichever comes first. And in order to keep the diesel particulate matter, or soot, from clogging the system, it must be burned off regularly in a cleaning process called regeneration. Usually it happens automatically while you're driving. You don't have to do anything. During regeneration, temperatures of exhaust gases are increased to effectively burn off accumulated soot. In the multi-information display, you can monitor the DPF's accumulated levels of particulate matter. This bar graph will display bars from low to high. When this amber message appears, regeneration should be performed soon. And when the message appears in red, it means the filter is full. When this happens, you have two choices. You can keep driving at a consistent speed over 30 miles per hour for a sufficient period of time to complete automatic regeneration. Or you can park the vehicle and perform a selectable regeneration. For automatic regeneration to occur, you'll need to get the truck speed up to 30 miles per hour. When the truck's speed, engine coolant temperature, and other factors are met, DPF regeneration will begin. If conditions permit, keep driving until regeneration completes, usually about 10 to 20 minutes. When regeneration is taking place, this message will appear in the MID. During regeneration, the engine idle speed will increase and the exhaust brake may activate when the vehicle is idling while stopped. If the Regen in Progress message is illuminated, let the system complete regeneration. If automatic regeneration is suspended, the system will resume regeneration once the necessary conditions are met. If regeneration is continually interrupted or conditions cannot be met to occur automatically, the amber or red warning indicator will illuminate. For example, if you cut off the engine, the automatic regeneration process will stop and you'll have to restart it. Interruptions can also occur if you do a lot of stop-and-go driving with extended idling, or in extremely cold weather where the automatic regeneration can't maintain the proper conditions and temperatures to complete the process. Eventually, this indicator will illuminate, and you'll have to do a selectable regeneration. To perform a selectable regeneration, park the vehicle in a safe place and engage the parking brake. With the engine running at operating temperature, press and release the DPF switch located on the dash to the right of the steering column. During the regeneration process, the system raises the exhaust gas temperature to over 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit to burn off the diesel particulate matter. This means you must take certain precautions. For safety reasons, do not use the power takeoff or PTO function. Park the truck in a safe area, free of flammable materials such as grass, leaves, or waste, and do not touch the DPF area to avoid injury or accident. Remember, you cannot drive the vehicle when you are performing a selectable regeneration. If you do, selectable regeneration will stop, and the selectable regeneration